still can't figure out why Paul Feig is lying to the one and only Melanie King. So I brought her in so we could discuss together. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. So glad to have Melanie back on the channel. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good. Doing great.
So glad to have you. So always happy to have your back. And I thought it'd be a good conversation since I'm out this week banking some content. Thank you for doing this with me. I thought it would be good for us to have this conversation because, yeah, I called out Paul in your honor because I saw you chiming in on his comments. And I thought we need to have this conversation. Plus, you've noticed a lot of other stuff out there that I wanted to bring to attention. You got community noted. There's a lot of catch up we got to do since your last watch. So welcome back. How have you been?
I've been good. I actually was gone for 2 weeks, and the day I come back, well, you know, it hits the fan.
It did. So you wrote out, let's just so people can, Blake and Anna, before they walk the red carpet at the South by premiere, I just reported on Blake being terrified to walk the carpet, and Anna is pissed and never wants to work with her again. Now, I assume from your own things, that's what you gathered. That's what you reported. I can confirm those are both true from my own sources too. So were you surprised to see Paul Feig suddenly out of nowhere single you out to tell you, you're wrong?
It was really weird. I didn't understand it because, you know, and it wasn't like he was in my comments. He reposted me to his official account, bringing attention to this. So it was just really weird. But I think maybe because I was posting a lot of stuff about Blake Lively and the South by Southwest, and it started to creep up in view. So I think he came across it and just decided to tell me that I'm wrong.
It's weird. You look at 1.7 million views on this post. He's bringing a lot of attention to it, which is just strange to me. If you want to deflate the scene, right? If you de-escalate, you don't go out there and do this kind of stuff because all this did was make even more people respond and chime in, which then, of course, I couldn't resist. Because what was so surprising to me, beyond the fact that obviously Anna and Blake hate each other, and we'll talk about that, but what was so surprising to me, which I didn't feel like anyone really picked up on, that he's saying Blake wasn't terrified to walk the red carpet. I did a whole video as well because she was terrified to leave her house. This is what her complaint says, Melanie, right? I can't go out. I don't know how to go out. Can't go out anymore. It's been that emotional for her. So to hear that because he knows her better than we do, right? Apparently that's a lie. She's not terrified to walk the carpet, to go outside, and wasn't terrified to see people. In fact, when I watched that footage at South by Southwest, she was going to the regular people. She was going to the stage photo ops too, but I talked to Kurtz, who was there, and yeah, there was a blockade of people that were real people, and she did go there too, to her credit. I will give her some credit. She didn't seem afraid to do it. Yes, she did some orchestrated stuff for sure, but overall, like, she did what I'm sure was a contractually obligated appearance, and she seemed happy. We got Instagram photos, all this stuff. Do you think this is going to go against her claim that she is distressed and can't go out and get gigs?
I absolutely think it will. And also the SNL 50, you know, there were multiple reports where, you know, saying that Blake ready to be back in the spotlight. They're making jokes about it. Everything's lighthearted and fun. And then she's just having the time of her life. And like nothing was muted about her appearance. If she had to do it, which I'm assuming she had to, why was she so, I mean, you would think nothing was wrong. Nothing was going on. She was having the time of her life, joking. She even made a joke to the co-star, I think his name is Michelle, or I don't know how you pronounce it, about her, you know, her dress slipping down, and saying that she didn't have a bra on and laughing about it. You know, I can imagine if a man did that and said, you know, his boxers were falling down and it would be one thing. And people were even saying, you know, watch out, she may be trying to accuse you of harassment after that. But it goes completely against her case and her story.
It's just funny as I'm scrolling through as you're talking, like, oh, look at her with all her friends. That's her assistant. All these people that she's posing with, like, closely in close proximity that she's actually hanging out. These are all her employees, her agents, her managers, her stylists, etc. And she's not out there with the cast really, except for that one guy, Anna, or any of them really. She's clearly just parading herself, but still, she's out in public with these people. I agree. It just feels like this is not a good look if you're trying to show damages. And the reality is, I don't think she is facing the kind of damages she's trying to claim she is in her suit. Look, people are going to not want to work with her again, right? But it's not because of Justin. It's because she's the B word, right? she's not very easy to work with. She needs authorship and will pull the rug from people's movies.
Exactly.
It's problematic. So we all know this. I don't want to keep studying, but I want to go to the next sort of point because it was interesting. You also got community noted, which was wild. Plantation Barbie did a costume change on the red carpet. Is she serious? The delusion and narcissism is egregious. No one else did this. I know Anna is so tired. And you posted this. And then for out of nowhere, like, wow, of all the tweets to go add a community note to, which I guess you got a lot of traction on 4.4 million, they corrected you. She took her jacket off. Wikipedia, a jacket. Mm-hmm. Did you find this helpful? What was your reaction to this?
I was like, what? Because initially I thought, okay, it was a jacket, but it's, on the red carpet, this isn't like you taking off your jacket going to Walmart or Piggly Wiggly and, it's a little warm outside. So you take it off. Exactly. Yeah. People were like comparing it to that. No, when you do this on the red carpet,
it's a second look.
Dramatic. Yeah, it's a second look. And they were saying, I guess some people think a costume change is changing the complete outfit, but that's not it. I had to go in and show the definition of it. And then Marie Claire had all the fashion things were saying it was a costume change, just to clarify. And the community note is still there, even though I have plenty of evidence. Even South by Southwest called it a costume change.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go click. That was not helpful because it wasn't true. Sources not included are it's incorrect information.
Yeah, so I and when they do that, you do not get monetized for something that's community noted. So, and what's difficult
4 million views go to waste because they community noted you.
Right. And what's difficult for creators is because I think they are bots because it's just randomly all of these people defending Blake. They don't have any merits of the case. They don't discuss the evidence. It's just name calling. You're wrong. Touch grass. Go get a real job. You're dumb. I mean, I've had some like calling me the C word, see you in, next Tuesday, all types of things. And none of these people were around before. I haven't seen anybody on social media defending Blake Lively. Like her own friends, Gigi Hadid and Taylor Swift, haven't even defended her. Even when she initially came out with the complaint before Justin dropped his lawsuit, it was crickets. Where are her people that are even defending her out here?
I found one. Ready? Because here you are pointing out the exact point that, sharing this thing that was found on TikTok, that all these Laurie Feig was there, the director's wife. Clearly, there was a bunch of people who were, in on it because then here we go, this fan's hanging out with her later. A lot of shenanigans. But anyway, you're an effing loser. There you go. There's a Blake supporter. Mm-hmm. They're always so polite. I had one the other day. It was this morning. Last week because I retaped this, guys. I had one. This was a deep cut too. I'm trying to click it. It won't let me click it. But basically said, I wish you had stayed blind because I had surgery a while back. Here it was. Why couldn't you have stayed blind, bitch?
Oh my gosh.
But honestly, as I said, I took this as actually, I was literally sitting in the eye doctor, Melanie, because I'm now facing cataracts in addition to the detached retina. I've had the worst eye struggles in the world. But I was wow, that's a deep cut for this hater. That means they're really religiously watching me, for one. So I found that. Right. And then two, I was like, this is so toxic that it's only going to give me better karma today as I'm facing. So I found peace in it. But does it surprise you that Blake's fans are now this vicious to you, to me, to the people who are trying to get justice for Justin?
I don't think they're fans though, Andy. Blake Lively has fans? Really? Let's be honest here. She doesn't have fans. And we're seeing most of this come out since they hired that CIA guy.
Yes.
And it was just amazing to me, the amount of them that were coming in to defend her. I've been talking about this for months and no one, and I mean no one, has been defending her. And I've had posts that go in the millions before on X, and it's never been a problem. It's one thing if, you saying that Justin lied and believe women, blah, 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 but it's not what they're doing. They're attacking the content creators directly. So it's just, they're not fans. They're just not. And even if you go back to their accounts, they have very few people that they follow, don't post that often. And a lot of them actually are Taylor Swift fan accounts. I found that very interesting. I don't know. I don't think Taylor has anything to do with this, but I'm just saying something about it is very bizarre.
Yeah, you found some early Taylor stuff, but yeah, it's weird. I would think they'd be mad at her, the Swifties. I would feel like they wouldn't want to support her, given that
Right.
Taylor's the dragon, Blake, not you.
Right.
It's wild out there. I mean, beyond that, do you think Paul's? I mean, at time of taping, because we did this last week, Paul never replied. If he did, I'm out. But hopefully, Melanie will respond in both of our honors. But do you think he's gonna reply? Because he weirdly comes in and does it? Do you think he's gonna ignore this one?
I think he's going to ignore it. I don't think he has anything to say because, I mean, what is he going to say? Like, is he going to provide proof of this? Is it like, what else is he's just going to keep telling me I'm wrong? He has nothing that he can actually present that will go against what I'm saying. Even Anna Kendrick, they asked her, about this, and her rep said no comment. Like, they don't even want to address it. So if it wasn't true, why isn't the star of your movie coming out and saying it's not true?
Well, and I can confirm. I spoke. I got to be careful how I say it, because if I get too detailed, it'll reveal sort of the department that this person's in. So that's why I'm being cagey, guys, because I don't want to get this person in trouble. But from what I heard from this person, very reliable person, Melanie, they can't stand each other. It's just an ego thing where they clearly, think they're better than the other. And just like Blake, there's actually stuff you can go find of Anna where she's directed, and she said it on the carpet of this. Oh, people thought I was going to take over, but because I've worked with Paul, it's a lot easier because she already knows she can walk all over Paul. Anna Kendrick is just as bad from an annoying production standpoint. Obviously not as bad as a fake SH claims and ruining someone's life. She hasn't gone that far. People always are correcting me, but she's worth calling out because everything I've heard from multiple people from multiple different Anna Kendrick movies, she's a problem. She's like a terror on a set. And I look, my whole thing is like, is it as bad? No, but still, we should be calling this nonsense out. This should be the year we call it all a-holes. Like, it doesn't take a lot to be nice. This same person was like, Meryl Streep, nice. That's why she works so much, because people respect her and she respects her crew. And I don't know. I find actors who have such a high ego that they can't respect their fellow castmates and crew members, and they all despise them as a huge red flag. I mean, do you share that concern?
I do. It doesn't surprise me, what I think about Hollywood and a lot of these actors who have egos, to hear that Anna Kendrick behaves that way, it's not shocking. And I think, I've heard about that. I've seen that in different places. I think people haven't really paid attention to it because it's not like this, like you said, the SH claims that Blake Lively tried to do. And I don't think Anna Kendrick has, tried to Me Too anybody or create false claims so it flies under the radar. And quite frankly, if Blake Lively hadn't filed, had done this thing with the New York Times and then filed her complaint, this would have been under the radar to a degree. There was already all that chatter about how she's treated people in the interviews. We could see for ourselves. But, until they do something that will get the public's attention, we're used to them all being kind of divas in some way. So yeah.
Diva is the word. Look, there are good divas though that are talented enough. I think you got to treat your cast and crew better. Speaking of treating people better, make sure you go treat Melanie the right way by going to subscribe to Melanie Off Script, her channel that's less political, more about this kind of stuff. So go over there, hit the subscribe. There it is. Make sure you hit that same subscribe, hit the bell for alerts. You can do it here as well on Popcorn Planet. Hit the bell so you get notified when we have videos out for you. Smash the like button, leave a comment, and do all that jazz. Melanie, always such a pleasure. I'm glad you're back. Stay tuned. Let me know what else we can do together. Always glad to talk to you. Anything to end on?
No, thank you. Yeah, subscribe to Off Script. That's where I'm putting all my Blake Lively drama and talk and things. So a lot of good things coming out. So make sure you check it out.
I love it. Stay tuned. Always appreciate you. Thanks for coming on, guys. Make sure you leave your comments, subscribe to both channels, and stay tuned. We got a lot more coming your way. I might drop that Anna video. Stay tuned, guys.